Top 10 ways you didn't know you could get hacked. Find the manners in which that somebody may hack your PC, take your character, or take your monetary data without you truly knowing it, until it is past the point of no return. As you will learn, the most ideal approach to overcome a programmer is to see how they ordinarily hack you. By seeing a portion of these fundamental standards while approaching your direction on the web, you can make yourself to a lesser extent an objective for the terrible side of the internet, without seeing all the specialized jargon. 10 times hackers hacked live television. 10. Drive-by downloads. This is a term that sounds terrifying, and it is, as it can happen when visiting a site that would ordinarily be reliable. On the off chance that you visit a site that has been hacked, it might have all the earmarks of being acting ordinary. However, it very well may be furtively filtering your PC or cell phone for known weaknesses, introducing malignant programming through whatever vector it discovers, then, at that point, having the option to do practically anything. That incorporates taking your information, observing your conduct, furtively seeing you by means of your webcam, and more. If it turns out your gadget hasn't been refreshed or fixed as of late, pernicious programming can get introduced through a drive-by download assault, permitting a programmer to totally assume responsibility for your framework. Keep your PC and cell phones refreshed, and utilize current malware infection insurance to remain safe. 9. Cross-site scripting, XSS. A programmer can use blemishes in a site's JavaScript code to bargain the treats put away in your internet browser, which could prompt them taking your own data, or even your login accreditations to that site and others. At times they could even take the substance of your framework clipboard, other site treats, and usernames, passwords. Similar to drive-by downloads, this kind of assault can happen when visiting in any case dependable sites. Unfortunately, the site proprietor is normally uninformed that any of this is in any event going on. 8. Public Wi-Fi. Try not to believe the Wi-Fi at that coffee house or air terminal you incessant, as you can't be sure whether an underhanded programmer is strutting around as a Wi-Fi passageway, trusting you interface and attempt to sign into your bank, for instance. They could likewise be sniffing all the traffic on the generally ordinary Wi-Fi passageway, filtering your PC for weaknesses, and the sky is the limit from there. Continuously utilize a VPN in the event that you need to utilize free Wi-Fi. Utilize a firewall on your framework, and keep everything up to date. 7. Phishing. Be cautious what you open or snap on in your email. Programmers have gotten truly adept at camouflaging counterfeit messages containing pernicious connections, or connections to noxious sites intended to bargain your PC. They can even cause these messages to seem to come from confided-in sources, for example, your bank. There is in any event, something many refer to as stick phishing, which is the point at which a programmer targets you explicitly to allure you to open a record or snap a connection. Maybe the programmer took in enough about you from your public Facebook page to make an email that effectively may deceive you. This kind of friendly designing assault is quite possibly the most well-known in light of the fact that it frequently works. Keep at the top of the priority list that a bank or most respectable sites won't ever request that you click a connection and sign in, except if it's a secret word reset email. So in the event that you do snap such a connection, twofold watch that you are in the perfect spot before you enter your login credentials. As for email connections, open nothing except if you were expecting it and it comes from somebody you know. 6. Reused passwords. You ought to consistently utilize an extraordinary secret phrase for each site account you have. Try not to sign into Facebook with a similar secret phrase you use for your bank, for instance. On the off chance that one site account gets traded off, as happens regularly nowadays, a programmer that gains your username, secret word can go give that mix a shot some other website. The all the more every now and again you utilize similar secret key in various spots, the more noteworthy the odds that numerous records get settled. To help in the overwhelming errand of utilizing a one-of-a-kind secret phrase for each site, utilize the utilization of a secret word director, of which there are many going from free to yearly subscriptions. 10 surprising things vulnerable to hackers. 5. Malware. Conceivably coming from various sources, it doesn't simply serve spring up Windows or irritate you about introducing antivirus programming. It can transform your PC into a zombie that can be woken up when a programmer chooses to utilize it. Much of the time, a programmer would control a botnet comprised of thousands of zombies to dispatch assaults on an individual, organization, government, or site. Out of nowhere your PC is complicit in that effort. Don't download programming from untrusted areas, and do stay up with the latest. This is turning into a repetitive topic, right? 4. Risky thumb drives, media. Except if you got it and know precisely what is on it, never plug an obscure USB crash into your PC. This goes for SD cards, CDs and DVDs as well. Noxious programming can run naturally to taint your machine, at times without you truly knowing it. Did you discover a USB drive in the parking area at work, and are kicking the bucket to realize what is on it? Try not to hazard it. Continuously have refreshed current antivirus programming introduced on your PC, even you Mac clients, to help forestall this kind of thing. 4. 3. Traded off ad networks. Perhaps the most ideal ways for a programmer to serve malware on believed sites is to bargain the advertisement networks those sites use to show promotions. This has happened to numerous a confided in site, including some significant media sources, and normally explains calamity for individuals who visit them if vindictive advertisements are being served up. While disputable, the most ideal approach to forestall this is to utilize a promotion blocker for your internet browser. Advertisement blockers do keep sites from procuring income by presenting genuine promotions when you visit them, yet they likewise keep you from being hacked when that site's promotions get undermined by hackers. 5. 2. Your outdated computer. As yet utilizing Windows XP? Unplug it and move in an opposite direction from the PC. It is currently profoundly defenseless and no longer gets refreshed by Microsoft. On the off chance that you don't keep your PC's working framework cutting edge, just as all the product introduced on it, you can experience the ill effects of being hacked effectively, regularly through one of different instruments in this list. As irritating as it tends to be to introduce refreshes and reboot, it is essential to staying safe online. 6. 1. In computers, kiosks. Never trust the PCs in your IN's business focus, on the off chance that you need to sign into anything web-based, including your bank or your webmail. The business could wind up getting your records traded off very easily. You never realize what may be sneaking on these common public PCs since no one can tell who utilized them before you, and chances are that the lodging staff doesn't either. 7.